Okay, so I live in one of the houses. I mean, it's a 4-bed house. So basically, it's wooden cladding from the top of the roof to the bottom, right? And we don't actually. It's similar to a courtyard house, and it doesn't actually have a back exit.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll start with the fire.
Yeah,
So after the
that's cool.
fire, I mean, basically, we don't feel safe, and even we kind of like invited fire inspector to come and have a look at our house, and obviously, all he said was, okay, if you, in the event of fire, you just need to. I mean, there's no way that we could exit, because it's just the front bit. If the whole front is actually on fire, there's no way that we can actually get out of the house. So all he said was, okay, you just get into a safe room and just stay there. Yeah. So and because of that, I feel really, it really affects me and my family, because we feel that it's not really safe anymore, because I've got 2 young children, and also we've got a boiler just literally in front of the house, next. I mean, basically just literally behind the wooden cladding, and if there's a fire, it will just explode. All right. So I mean, basically that's the feeling. I mean, we don't feel safe really. Yeah.
So did that inspection take place after the fire?
Yeah, it was after the fire, and we were told, basically, we were advised to invite a fire. We were to invite fire inspector, and it's just a normal. Basically, we just make a call. They just come and have a look, and basically, the thing that they check is more like, if we have a smoke alarm in place, and that was about it. But they can't advise anything about the wooden cladding, because they told us that they can't say anything about that. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's still the responsibility of the landlord. For my case, it's Barking Riverside Limited. Yeah. So and BRL, they've been sending letters to residents saying that they will give us an update on whether they're going to replace or do any work whatsoever. And we've been waiting for the update, and still we have heard nothing from them. And this was, they said that they will give us an update in November, and now it's in December already, and still we haven't heard anything.
So it's pretty much exactly 6 months.
Yes.
Were there any worries before the fire?
Well, not as much, I would say. It's more on, at that time, it's more on the managing of the estate, the communal area. It's more like on the service charge, mainly on that. Because we had problems communicating with. I mean, for my case, it's Pinnacle. Yeah, because when there's issues, it's basically it's either they don't respond, or if basically we don't get the service that we wanted. Yeah, although we've paid the service charge. Yeah, and then basically they've been like service charge dispute, and we've been like questioning why is there this amount or this charges, and we don't hear anything from them really. Yeah.
Can you give a specific example of that? Sorry, of where they have failed in responding to your issues?
Pinnacle. Right. Right. Because now I remember something, because they have been charging us balancing charges. They call it balancing charges, but it was charges for service charge that was it was because of deficit for 2 or 3 years ago. And they actually charge us additional service charge for the service charge that we have already paid. Yeah.
Okay. So are the main kind of problems with housing management for you around the service charge? Has there been any other kind of issues?
I think the maintenance of the community area, especially nowadays, there's a lot of fly tipping around the area. So we've been reporting it to Pinnacle. I mean, they've been efficiently, clearing the fly tipping, but it's just that a lot of residents, just like me, we feel that it's not fair to actually put that into the service charge being shared by everyone. So we've actually told them that they should investigate and at least implement some kind of CCTV or whatever just to stop this from happening in the future. Yeah. So that's one of the example really. Yeah.
When you make complaints or try and contact the management, and they don't get back to you, is there ever kind of an acknowledgement of their failings in this regard?
Yes. I mean, at the end of the day, because if they don't respond to me, I mean, for me, the next step is I will try to get the resident association to help to see, if they could, try to, look at this issue. Yeah. So most of the time they do respond to the resident association, which is great, and yeah. So at the end of the day, we'll try to. But I mean, in terms of general communal maintenance, they do respond. We do get some answers from them. But in terms of the service charges, like how the balancing charges come about, and based on when we try to argue with them that based on the law, this is not legal, and they just keep saying that we have to pay for it. They're still binding to the law. So we've been forced to having to pay for the overcharge that we have already paid. Yeah.
Just going back to the fire again.
Yeah.
You said you had an inspection in your house.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you have to organise that yourself?
Yes. I have to actually, because after the fire, there was a couple of fire engines actually came, through the estate, and they actually put some leaflet through each door, and we received that, and then we kind of like make an appointment to call the fire inspector to come and have a look. But even so, as I said, they just check the house, make sure that we have smoke alarms. And that's it really. They can't actually look at the external bit of the house. They can't comment anything about the external bit of the house. So we are still waiting to get an answer from our landlord. Yeah.
So in terms of whether the management are concerned with safety in regards to fire?
I'm not sure if they are concerned or not, because to be honest, apart from the other issues in the estate, me and my family were actually living in fear, because should a fire actually start in one of our houses within our street, it will just spread along to the whole street, and we have no way to escape. But because all the other houses, they have actually back door, so if there's a fire, they can still exit from the back door. But for us, there's no way for us to escape. And we've asked that question to the fire inspector, and they said that all they said was, just stay in a safe room, and that's it. Stay in the room where you think is safe, and that's it. And they'll be here within how many minutes. Yeah.
So just one last question. What do you think is the most urgent need that needs to be addressed for residents?
The wooden cladding. Yeah, they need to get it fixed and repaired. Actually, there's one thing that I want to mention. This is not related to the fire. It's because of a couple of years ago. We were trying to get insurance, boiler and heating insurance from British Gas, and we were told that they will not insure our estate because there's been a lot of complaints and a lot of issues that they had having to maintain people who are insured with them in our estate. So they refused. Basically, British Gas refused to insure us. And I've heard from other neighbours as well that British Gas that's because previously they've signed up with British Gas, and now they've actually stopped because British Gas claimed that this estate has got a lot of shoddy workmanship, so that's why they are not insuring the property.
Really?
Yes.
It says a lot.
Yes. So we have no choice but to try to find other insurance provider to insure us. Yes.